Hi friends and fellow intuitive academics, my name is Shelly and I draw from my intuition and my lived experience as a PhD to offer you guidance on your academic journey, wherever you are with that. And today I wanted to do a reading about Pluto entering Aquarius because I've been hearing a lot about this in astrology news, astrology YouTubes and podcasts that I subscribe to. And I thought it would be interesting to apply it to the academic journey. So a little bit about Pluto entering Aquarius. There's been a bit of a transition period where Pluto is the furthest planet from the Earth, so it takes a longer time to transit through the signs. So it can be like decades, like 15 to 20 years when it transits each sign. We're just kind of finishing up its term in Capricorn, which started 15 years ago. And that came with its own set of like aims and goals. You can look that up if you're interested about the period that we're just finishing, but I want to focus more on what we're entering into with Aquarius. So Pluto, is considered this transpersonal or generational planet, ruling kind of longer term shifts in the collective energy and in our societies. And Aquarius is associated with like technology, innovations, future thinking, but that also applies to kind of like innovative and fresh or monumentally different thinking in terms of society and the way we relate to each other. So I'm very excited about that. I've always been attracted to like Aquarian energy when it comes to ideas and how we organize ourselves. And so I'm so curious to see how that translates into the academic journey for us. So this applies to everyone in my intention. That would be students, teachers, grad students, undergraduate students, people starting their degrees, people applying, people finishing up their degrees and going onto the job market. I really hope that there's a message here for you pertaining to Pluto and Aquarius, which we kind of firmly transition into this November, but we're going back into another like dip in January 20th, which is coming up at the time of this recording. So with that said, let's bring in that energy of what advice we can harness, what to kind of let us be guided by as a collective academic community as Pluto is entering Aquarius. Very exciting time for new ideas for academia in general, in my opinion. So I'm going to pull out, I'm going to make 3 different chapters, and you can think about what cards you're drawn to, and that will direct you to what chapter your message will be in. And it could be possible that you're drawn to more than just one card. And pay attention to like the imagery and the emotions it gives you, if there's anything relatable for you in that. You can also pay attention to the text. So we have Blue Moon here in the first chapter, Butterfly in the second chapter, and then Spring in the third chapter. And the numbers might correspond, they might draw you as well. So they could be a significant number to your personal life, they could be significant to someone you love or even your age. And like I said, if there's a particular imagery that that's significant to your life, for example, birds or doves or butterflies, then that would also direct you. I'm going to help you out and get a second card for each pile. So with chapter 1, you also get Healing Wounds, the Badger, and Ginkgo. with chapter 2, you also get productivity with the bee and pomegranate. Bee and butterfly, I feel like those go well together. In chapter 3, you also get dreams with the cayman and poppy. So let me see if I can rearrange this a bit so you can kind of be able to meditate on each of the chapters. I think that works. I'll leave this here for a few seconds so you can have some quiet to try to figure out what you're being drawn to, one, if not more, of the piles, and then I'll see you in the reading next. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the readings so you can go to the chapters listed in the video and skip ahead to the reading that you've chosen. See you then. Hi Chapter 1 group. So you were drawn to the blue moon and the badger and ginkgo with healing wounds. I was reading up about the author's descriptions or intended meanings for both of these different sets of cards. And I think it's so interesting to start thinking through together. So I'm so looking forward to seeing what comes through in your reading. The blue moon, I'll explain first, can be considered either the second full moon in a month or the extra full moon in a year, lunar cycle. And so it's one of these like kind of rare opportunities, I would say, was the main message. And it had to do with amplifying full moon's energy. So you have the eye here, and it's all about like you have this expanded vision in the blue moon to kind of see areas of maybe areas that weren't illuminated before. So they were always there in your life, but it's like now you can have an expanded vision to see where you need to go next. And then the badger and ginkgo with healing wounds. The ginkgo is associated with hope and peace in some Asian cultures, including China, whereas the badger is associated with kind of hot-headedness and being like a shapeshifter in some cultures. And so there's a little bit of a contrast between the two energies. And this card was all about identifying where you might have wounds that need to be licked, that you need to spend time healing, and also where you might have caused wounds without really knowing it in others, and how you can kind of think about healing those as well. And so putting the two together, I'm already seeing some messages about gaining wisdom from your past pain. And pain can also be pain that you've caused others, because that pain is often reciprocal, right? You might not know exactly that a pain you've caused is also causing you pain until much later. And that's where the blue moon energy comes in, is that you have that expanded vision to see the fuller picture, see how you are interrelating to whatever happened in the past, and use that to move forward into the future to heal wounds in yourself and in your relationships, but also magnify that to heal wounds beyond your personal relationships and kind of transmit that wisdom beyond just your personal circumstances. So what I'm saying is like becoming a teacher of some sort from your previous wounds, but also your healing that I feel very strongly you're going through right now, and you're gaining the wisdom associated with that healing. So let's get some more cards to get a bigger story behind how you can look at this time of Aquarius and Pluto coinciding. what that means specifically for you and your academic journey wherever you're at. Then we can kind of expand on this message between magnified vision and healing wounds. So you got the King of Pentacles reversed and the Eight of Cups. So I'm going to just start there and keep pulling more cards as we go along. But I believe this is the person that you were kind of locked in conflict with in some way or another. And this can be like an earth sign. It could be someone older than you. Someone in some sort of authority that they misused. It could be like a boss or a family member, someone like a supervisor or an advisor in your studies or a teacher. There's some sort of conflict with this figure here and you walked away. That was how the situation was resolved, I believe, because this person had more authority than you did. And then we got the Two of Wands, which is sort of like you didn't know what to do next after that. You were soul searching. You were seeking on multiple levels in the practical sense of what to do next, but on the like personal sense of like what are you even doing here? Like, what do you want to do with your life? There's a cycle that it's like stuck and you're kind of working on it or you don't know where to start with it. But this is a cycle that you feel in your heart you're destined to start on. And I think you're just trying to figure out how. Yeah, and there's some sort of completion, there's some sort of outcome that you're looking for that you haven't got to yet. And just one more card. Seven of Swords reversed. I feel this one is saying that you're feeling cheated or you're cheating yourself out of something, out of some knowledge or wisdom or experience that you're supposed to go through. So with reading this as like the history, the background, and hopefully you already know, you've identified what this is, I'm going to say this is the wound that has already happened, that is now is the time to heal from. And in the healing from that, the wisdom from that situation will surface. Yeah, I would say that this is a beautiful journey. It feels kind of like you're going to be on the pathway forever at this point. You set out on this trek, right? Like you're kind of like a younger age here. You're not sure which direction to go, but you're just kind of like following your intuition, which is what the Hermit's all about. And you've kind of matured into this person where you still didn't really like call your destination out, but you're just putting one foot in front of the other. And you've gotten very good at following your intuition. You've become a master of it. And this is a wonderful skill. But you're not at the end yet. And I think during this period is when you're going to reach that end. The World card will turn upside down and the cycle will close out. The Six of Wands is also telling me this is very much an internal journey that you're taking, which makes sense because it's the healing wounds and it's also gaining vision, which is what you're getting through this pathway of learning to hone in and use your intuition to get where you need. Something that kind of jumped out at me really quick was the Hermit holding the staff, as well as the figure in the World card. Something to do with the staff being an important part of the journey. I would say that that's your support. You're leaning on your support to get through the journey, and you're going to bring your support with you across the finish line. Like, what I mean here is, like, whoever is helping you now, whoever you're leaning on now, is who you're going to, like, help in the future as well. It's a very reciprocal relationship. So don't feel ashamed if you're needing to lean on people more than they need you right now. It's like you will be their support, their staff in the future. Oh, I just noticed this figure is also setting off with a staff. Yeah, and you see how this staff is like, it's almost like a natural world color. And then when it gets to these cards, it's almost like magical. It's changed, it's like glowing. So there's something magical about how your support grows and how you build it through this journey. And this is quite a long journey. Maybe this was the journey you started in that Capricorn transit of Pluto, which was 15 years ago. So if you can think back to that time, what you might have been starting, what maybe life decisions you made and prompted you on this direction. Yeah, you're not quite the old wizened person here, but you're like, I would say, you know, you've gone through some decades of your life on this journey, and you are reaching the end. It doesn't feel like it feels like you've been on this forever, but you're reaching the end of a cycle. Something's drawing me here with the purple and the blue moon. It's coming across as purple to my eyes, and the purple in all the cards. And for me, that's something very important to do with, like, your connection to your inner guidance, your ancestors or your spirit guides, however you find yourself connecting to your guidance. This has been a journey of expanding that vision and making it like a permanent part of your life. I feel like I want to draw some more cards to get more specific about the academic journey that you're on. Yeah, because I got this sense of you didn't know what direction to take. You just set out on a direction. You followed your intuition. And I'm kind of curious about, like, is there like a firm direction to that now? Or is that even part of what's supposed to be happening? Oh, nice. So we got the Hierophant, and it's kind of like the King of Pentacles reversed. That King of Pentacles in their shadow aspect was transformed into, like, you becoming the Hierophant, having even more power and authority, more keys to wisdom than that person who hurt you in the past. And look at you, you're guiding others, you're like teaching others. So this is very much a teacher's path, teaching from the healed, the the foundation of the healed wounds. Page of Swords reversed. There's some sort of, I'm going to say that communication technology is going to be involved in your journey, and whatever you're going to be using hasn't been invented yet. So your trip, that's why your trip is kind of delayed. Your journey is a little bit delayed because you're kind of like doing this other side journey before you get started on this academic journey with this communication technology. I don't know if it's something you're going to be using or something that you're going to like that's going to be the research of your the center of your studies. But then you will be going in forward motion, very steady forward motion with this, once the timing is right. Seven of Cups reversed. I get the feeling that to many people, they'll be overwhelmed with how to understand this communication phenomenon, but for you, you won't. You will. It's almost like you've been prepared by building up your intuition, and you'll have the vision to know exactly what to do with this, and whether it's in terms of your studies or how you engage it for whatever you're doing in your career. And then you have the Empress, which is a very beautiful card of, you can think of it as like your visions coming to fruition. You can think of it as like the successful conception and birth of a project, and you're very proud. And you're very completed by this. And King of Swords reversed. It's like you got to this point in the project where you've mastered it, but you're not presenting on it yet. I don't know if maybe this is kind of where at the point you're at now, where you're like, you're just starting the project, you have the idea, but you're not there yet where you're like communicating it to others. But I get the sense that like embrace this beautiful start, because you have everything you need on this start of your project, and just from your life lessons of being in this seeker energy of setting out on this journey, just engage your patience and your determination and your diligence, and you will definitely get there, and you'll be in this King of Swords position, this Hierophant position, where you've become the teacher, you've become the master of this knowledge. I'm going to pull one more card. I just want to leave it open and see what comes up. So it says Nine of Cups, live in a constant state of gratitude. So this is all about fulfillment emotionally and appreciating what you have around you, because you have amassed a lot in your life. This can be like support, it could be wisdom. There's a lot to be grateful for, and you can be in a constant state of gratitude, not only to fully be thankful for what you have gained, but also to attract more that you're hoping for in your life. I'm really drawn to the stars, like there's sea stars here and stars in the crown of the Empress, and it's really like your dreams are finding their physical manifestation. or it could be your vision is finding its physical manifestation. And with the dog here, it really makes me think that you are caring for others in a way that they need, in a way that's mutually beneficial. This is the message we got earlier. So it could be, for example, if you're going to become a teacher, a professor, you're very much going to be fulfilled by that energy of teaching and feeling the appreciation and the lessons that you also receive from your students. And equally, your students will be so appreciative of you for being there in their lives. I'm going to say, actually, yeah, I feel very strongly that you are on this journey to become a teacher, possibly to become the teacher, to replace the teacher that let you down in some sort of, kind of bigger picture way. You might not be literally taking their job, maybe you are, but if it was specifically a professor or a teacher of a certain discipline that you went on in to master, a lot of your motivation is to be better than that person, to do better than that person in service to the students. And you're accomplishing that, and it's very fulfilling for you. I would say with the van here, it's very freeing for you too. Yeah, you have some sort of, you've earned your own freedom from that experience, from that pain, by doing this. And you know exactly, you're on exactly the right route. You know exactly where you're going with this. And this is just a confirmation that you're absolutely right. And it's a beautiful healing journey. There was something about this card in the description that also said, think about where you have an abundance and where you're able to give back. And this might be one of those areas where you have an abundance of wisdom from healing, from your pain, and you can give back to that in your own way in the classroom. So this could be something like not directly related to the content you're teaching, but how you set up the classroom dynamic. For example, it might be kinder, more inclusive to the students there, something that you didn't get. That's just an example. Wherever you felt that pain is where you're going to heal it for others. Yeah. And that's the beautiful message I see coming in for you during this Pluto transition into Aquarius. And you're very much on a teacher's journey, a wisdom leader's journey, a thought leader's journey. There are so many symbols of higher institutions, of learning and leading with your words and your ideas. And there's plenty of time for this to unfold. And remember that your wisdom comes from your wounds, and most specifically healing those wounds. It gives you this expanded vision that you can share with others. And I'm hoping you enjoy this journey as much as I'm wishing you so much success on this, sending you love, sending you light, and hoping you continue to work with love and light as you become this teacher person in the world. And if you like this reading, please hit the like button. I would love to see you back here again for more readings, so please subscribe so you can stay up to date. And if you have a question I can help with, or some kind of comment you want to share about your experience, please feel free to do so in the comment section, and I will see you in the next time. Hi, Chapter 2 group. So you were drawn to the butterfly card and the bee and pomegranate productivity. And I was very interested reading up on these two meanings as intended by the deck creators in conjunction to each other. We have Mocha here helping us today with your reading. And let me just start off by explaining what I saw in these two cards. So the butterfly talks about you coming out of the cocoon experience and feeling that uncertainty of the transformation in progress to this point where the cocoon period, that kind of, what would you call it? The incubation period is over and you are fully transformed. So this could be speaking to, and I feel like it's speaking to both you as a person on whatever spiritual journey you're on, and also the actual project you're working on. It's like it's been transformed. It's coming to like a final sort of what do you call it, formation, how it looks in the end. And then the bee and pomegranate with productivity is all about you being at your most productive now, and the advice being here to work with purpose, to be productive with purpose. So I feel for some, if not most people viewing this pile, you are at the end of your studies and you're about to graduate, and you've mastered a lot of skills, including your your academic skills, the necessary ones to complete your project and graduate with your degree, but also like the productivity skills that you gain along the way from being a student and having to manage your time in an effective way. All of those are like, they're in you now and they're ready to serve you on your next part of your journey, wherever that's going to take you. So I want to begin with pulling some tarot cards to help kind of fill out the full story being told here. So what can we know about Pluto entering Aquarius and the journey that the readers, the listeners of this group are on? Okay, so we're starting off with the sun, so beautiful. A lot of celebration and joy here. It's almost as if, yeah, you've been transformed, you've been birthed into like a new person, maybe a person with a degree. And there's a lot of like childlike joy in entering this new world that this has granted you into. And then you get the Magician reverse. So this tells me you have a lot of, you've mastered a lot of powers of materializing, imagining, and manifesting a vision for yourself. So this is the number 1 card in the major arcana of the tarot, and yeah, it's making me really think of like, you're this new graduate with your robes and your cap here, the infinity symbol, and you're like setting off on your journey. I'm gonna hold off on the reversal and what that might mean until I get some more cards. So you got the Emperor next. A lot of strong major arcana cards coming in. And the Hangman in reverse. This is interesting because the Hangman is so connected to the butterfly energy, kind of that like hanging out in your cocoon state, acquiring a different perspective, not really moving, but like developing a lot internally first. And actually, now that I say that out loud, I think that's what the Magician in reverse is speaking to, this very internal development that's happening for you on your butterfly transformation. Five of Swords in reverse. 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Very interesting. And the Devil card in reverse. Okay. I'm seeing this as kind of a peek into what your next major challenge will be. I think that you are going to kind of face off with a strong figure. And the Emperor is often associated with like father-like energy, whether that's an actual father figure in your life or a symbol of like a paternalistic authority. So it could be like, say, like a department head, if we're keeping this in the academic realm. And you're going to face off and release yourself from that person's shadow aspects of their authority. You're going to realize your true power and that you're able to face off against this person. I think that for most people you haven't met this person yet. So it could be something like, now that you're armored with your degree and the power that gives you, you feel like you have the tool. You have the tools, and you're more able to use the tools to resist or stand up against this authority figure. This could be, in some cases, not an actual person, but the institution itself that you're involved with, and like the rules there that might not serve everyone equally, but people just kind of follow them because they're rules. You are a new leader going against an old institution, I would say. Yeah. You're very much you're bringing new ideas to the table, and at this transformation, you know how to make those ideals stick in real life situations. You're offering people a new perspective, and not everyone's going to like that. You're going to have some resistance. But the advice here is to kind of be compassionate towards that. Like, maybe let's just say like this, the older generations are just not going to get some of these ideas. And to just be kind of understanding with that, but don't back down and claim your sword, claim your idea, and say, it's kind of like this is the newcomer saying like, okay, I got this now, like you don't need to hold this sword anymore, I can do it. And that's you. Oh, sorry, our cards have disappeared momentarily. I next wanted to talk about the Eight of Pentacles reverse, which was around this area right here. That's very interesting to me because it's a card that's related to that productivity idea that we got from the first B card. But it's almost like, I think the message is don't get too, like, you have the powers of productivity right now, but don't neglect that you need a break too. I actually see this reverse as like, be mindful of taking your breaks from your work because you're so productive. It's enticing to go to the grindstone and like keep getting all this stuff done because you're hitting milestone after milestone after milestone in this period of your life. But you do need breaks. You're human and you can burn out. And so that's how I'm reading the Eight of Pentacles here. This is so cool. I love this. You have bright ideas, and they're very much generational ideas attached to you arriving on the scene in this generation, changing people's perspectives really in a radical way. It's like from upside down to right side up, basically. holding strong with that change, defending it. I would say you have like some communication skills here, whether that's writing or speaking, that you're going to be using. Let me see if there's anything else that we can gain in terms of like specifically advice that will help you as you're taking off on this new journey as the fully transformed butterfly after your cocoon period. So it could be that the Pluto and Capricorn period, which preceded this time for 15 years, was your cocoon state in whatever way you're interpreting that. And it's like now in the Pluto and Aquarius decades, you reached that butterfly transformation and you're ready to fly, to set off. So we have here the Five of Pentacles reverse. A time of hardship is ending. Oh, wonderful. The Hierophant. This did come up in the first chapter, so if you were drawn to that, you could probably check out your message there too. But this is confirming to me that you're working with the higher institution of higher education. You're changing the structure, you're changing the system, and it's benefiting others. You're having some power of communication to do this. Yeah, and you're toppling the white ivory tower down. Cool. Like I said, there's so many major arcana in this deck. This is a major shift that you're achieving. I feel like you already know in your heart what this is that you want to do. The specifics aren't that clear yet. How the direction you're gonna start working in to achieve this isn't clear yet, but that will be shown to you along the way. All that you need right now is that spirit within your heart, which you have, and the skills you have now of productivity to set off on that journey. Yeah, so that really confirms it for me, and I think that message is clear. I just want to pull out one more card to see what kind of message we can gain from here. Oh, lovely. So 2024 is a year of 8, which is strength, and you are getting the strength card as your final message here, and it says it takes great strength to be soft. Oh yeah, so this really falls into what I said here, where you're taking over the ideas, you're leading thoughts on some certain area where you're like kind of taking over from the old way of doing things, and it's going to be a dramatic shift for many people who have been doing it that way for a while. The message here is that you can do this with a lot of grace and compassion for the older generations who have been doing it in the ways you don't agree with, as you're saying goodbye to them, as they're kind of on their way out. Just so you can set the tone of healing, starting off on a very healing note as you make this enormous change in the institution that you become a part of, if not institutions plural in some way. Yeah, so remember, strength comes from more than just your physical strength and your word strength, but also like your emotional strength is really the emphasis here in like being caring towards spirits that kind of need that, and you have the ability to lead in this way. That's why it's so powerful, the transformation you're going to make, because you can do it in a unique way that is compassionate for everyone involved, and that will really give this change the foundation that will be so strong to carry forward during this time. So that's so wonderful, and I'm wishing you the best with that on your beautiful work ahead of you. You have everything you need, you have enthusiasm, don't lose that, because it's all going to happen. It's all going to turn out within the next 2 decades, however long this journey is for you. And if we're talking about monumental shifts like that, it could be a journey of a couple decades, if not more. But you have it in you. You have the strength in you to do this. So sending you so much light on your journey. If you liked this reading or you resonated with it, please hit the like button. If you want to share a comment or ask a question, please feel free to do so in the comment section. And please subscribe, because I would love to be there with you on your next step of this journey and offer you more guidance. And with that, hoping you continue to work with love in your journey, and see you in the next reading. Hi, Chapter 3 group. So you were drawn to this card, Spring, and the Cayman and Poppy with Dreams. And I was doing a little background reading on the two cards from the two different deck authors, and the meanings that they intended behind them. So I'm going to share that with you first, but the very first thing I kind of noticed was how similar the flowers look. I'm not sure if this is meant to be a poppy. It didn't say in the booklet, but I think that's really interesting, kind of like, how do I say this, like signifying, like kind of emphasizing that message about the timing of spring, I would say. So this card, Spring, was all about coming out of that kind of inward kind of resting period during winter, and getting ready to sprout in the springtime. So it's all about starting a project or a journey, and thinking about the seasonality to that. So you're not in the harvest period, you're not in the replanting period, you're in the spring period where the seed has been planted. It's been preparing to sprout, and you're entering this period of sprouting now. Pairing that with the Dreams card. So the Dreams was all about the Cayman kind of like laying in wait and waiting for the right opportunity for its dreams to come true, to manifest. So it's a very similar energy. It's all about coming out of this dormant dreaming, maybe like planning or visioning period, into taking action and getting started on this dream, whatever it is you have been thinking of. So it's very exciting, and especially the time I'm recording this in January, we are about a month or two away from that spring period. So we are working towards spring. So this is probably a message for you to prepare for in the next 2 to 5 months, depending on when you are watching this. So even if you're not watching this when I release it, think about the next 2 to 5 months, especially now that I'm seeing the two X's here, 2 months being particularly important for that period when you're starting to sprout this dream that you've been visioning for a while. So I'm going to get some more guidance from our tarot cards. How can this group of listeners be guided by the Pluto and Aquarius energy over the next 2 decades in their academic journey specifically? So we're starting with the Six of Pentacles. So you'll receive assistance in whatever you're working on right now. The King of Pentacles reversed, and this came up in chapter 1, so you might be interested to check out that message as well, if there might be something for you there. and the Five of Swords reversed. And this one came up in, was it the first or the second? I think this one came up in chapter 2. So you might have messages in all 3 of the chapters. Now you got the Four of Swords, and this is very much a resting energy, the dormant energy that I just talked about. The Eight of Swords reversed. Seven of Swords reversed. And the Two of Cups. So there's a lot here about your working relationships. There's been disappointments. There has been someone in authority working from their shadow side. There's been a disagreement and one person winning at the expense of someone else. And somebody cheating or thieving, stealing it could be a position, an opportunity, is what I'm kind of feeling strongly, but it could also be ideas that were stolen. Yeah, I feel like during this dormant period that you've been going through, there was an opportunity that you didn't receive that you probably should have. But I see here that you were being protected by your guides from that opportunity anyways. It wasn't the right one for you. You still needed to go through this dormant dreaming period before you reach the right partnership that will really take you on this path towards this vision that you're having. Whatever you lost out on before was not the right partnership for you, and you were being protected from it. It might have felt terrible at the time. And you might have been limiting yourself with self-doubts and negative self-talk from not receiving the opportunity. But just know it wasn't about you. It was about a bigger plan that's ahead of you to align you to your correct path. So I hope you have an idea of what this is, but I want to look a little bit more future forward and seeing how you can build off from this situation. That looks like there was a lot going on, a lot of chaos, but you're leaving that all behind and you're rising above it and you're on a new path. In the springtime, in the period of 2 to 5 months is when this really starts. So basically the nightmare is ending. And this dream you've been visioning is incubating. It's coming together, but it's not there yet. It's going to have this timing of, it's going to be like bam, out of nowhere. It's not something that just kind of slowly arises. It's just going to feel like it's coming out of nowhere. It could be that somebody offers you the right opportunity and you weren't really anticipating it, or you just suddenly see an advertisement or something sent to your email when you kind of least expect it. And so the partnership will be someone full of passion and heart and is in a high authority of their fields. And it could also be a fire sign if you happen to know their signs. This could be, say, if you're staying in academia, this could be like an advisor type person or a head of department, someone you'd be in communication with to receive the opportunity. And you're starting on a new journey intellectually in this partnership with this very passionate figure. I'm like, I want to stay here for a bit because I'm really feeling this energy. It's like someone who has big ideas about the direction of how the department or the institution should go. Like, they have a clear vision of where to go next, and they want you on board to help bring the whole department or program there in their vision. So it could be that, like, say if you're looking for postdocs, they're hiring for a specific new what do you call it, like research center that they want to get off the ground. Yeah, this person's very passionate about it. They have the vision. They just need the manpower, and they want you on their team. So exciting. Then you have the Queen of Swords reversed. I'm wondering what that's about with the Star reversed. Let me get one more card. Queen of Wands reversed too. What is that? Give me a moment to think about that. Okay, so this is the self-limiting beliefs I was talking about before. Especially with the Eight of Wands, it's drawing me back to the Eight of Swords. The self-limiting beliefs that you developed around you because of the past situation. You're stuck in this reverse Star and Queen of Swords and Queen of Wands state when all of these are ripe, are ready to be turned upright. So you're stepping into this power of this like trio. The Queen of Wands, full of passion, working with the King of Wands, great partnership. The Queen of Swords, intellect and communication, and the Star, the vision. You have all of these qualities that this person hiring or, you know, looking for applicants is looking for. And there's a bit here about working on your communication about your own qualities. So like in a very practical sense, maybe getting a second pair of eyes on your CV and your statement letters, because you're selling yourself short. That's what it is for sure. You're selling yourself short, and people aren't seeing your true power. They need to see you like this. If I can pull all of these together. They need to see you like this power, but the way that you've presented yourself, because you don't want to like toot your own horn, or you're not sure that you are this person. You're kind of coming across like this, like the upside down version, but you are this, and it just needs to be communicated correctly. And so, yeah, just get someone that you trust to look at your resume, maybe even hire someone. And I also know that there's AI out there to do that for you, whatever it takes, because you have this incredible power. And going into your next stage, you're going to be mentored by somebody that you work well with. And you are this seedling growing into that leadership position eventually, but you're at the beginning right now. So yeah, say, I'll just stick with this example. If you're a postdoc and you've just graduated and you're looking for like, how are you going to define your career and create your academic identity? you're going to be working under someone, and their mentorship is going to help you grow to the next stage. You are this person, you are this leader, passionate, forward-thinking, visionary. You just don't quite see it yet, and this process is really going to like make you see it undeniably that you are this person, and then you'll be able to confidently share that, express that to everyone else. So it's going to be an incredible couple of decades for you, and all of this, you know, if you're doing a postdoc, it's only 2 to 3 years. That's going to be like an accelerated development. And then after that, you're going to be kind of slowly building upon that momentum. If you're not doing a postdoc, if you're, say, like applying to start graduate studies, same kind of thing. Like if you're doing a master's, it's very short, like 2 years, right? But this is going to rocket launch everything for you. You already have the passion, the vision, and the know-how, but the master is going to give you the mentorship to like really fine-tune your skills, and the momentum to launch you off into that vision that you want to start out on. Okay, so let's do one last message and see if there's something else to be learned from this. So you get the 10 of Wands. Why make things so much more difficult than they need to be? Yeah, I see this as you're overworking yourself to prove yourself. You see this figure like carrying so many candles. It looks like they're going into a gathering of witches. And this sign is like welcome. It's like you're already in the group, but you're trying to like what's the word? You still are in this mentality where you're trying to prove your belonging. You belong already, and then you just need to like see it for yourself, convince yourself, and it won't have to be as hard as you've kind of been making it on yourself, by giving yourself this extra task of constantly having to prove yourself. The right people already see your value. It's already there. You have nothing left to prove. You just have to communicate what's already there in the right way that it lands and people understand. Because it's about you. You're holding back from telling the full story because you feel kind of like undeserving. You deserve this, you know. Tell your story as if you're telling somebody else's story, and you know, like taking all the baggage out of it, because there's so much there that's incredibly impressive, and that needs to be told. So I'm wishing you so much luck with that. It sounds like a very exciting journey that's about to happen after this dormant period of dreaming a lot. You have the vision, and you're going to start pursuing it under the mentorship of somebody really incredible. And I'm wishing you so much light on that, and hoping you continue to work with love in everything you do. If this resonated with you, please hit the like button. If you would love more guidance in the future, please hit subscribe, and I'll see you back here again. Also, feel free to ask a question or add a comment to the comment section. And with that, I hope to see you in the next reading.